वेलकम टू आवर चैनल वी ऑलवेज लर्नर। इस वीडियो में हम इंट्रोडक्शन टू लैपलास ट्रांसफॉर्म कवर करेंगे। आपको चैनल पसंद आएगा आप लाइक करिए, शेयर करिए, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करिए और बेल आइकन दबाना मत भूलिएगा। तो इस वीडियो में हम इंट्रोडक्शन सेक्शन कवर करेंगे कि हमें लैपलास ट्रांसफॉर्म की जरूरत क्यों पड़ी। तो द फोरियर ट्रांसफॉर्म इज यूज्ड टू कन्वर्ट द डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन इनटू algebraic equation. Then the Fourier transform of the output y j omega is obtained as a function of h j omega, and the Fourier transform of input. So that is the representation. Now, after taking the inverse Fourier transform, अगर y j omega का हम इनवर्स फोरियर ट्रांसफॉर्म लेते हैं तो आउटपुट में हमें yt मिलेगा। ठीक है, so the conclusion is this technique rarely used because Fourier transform does not exist for many functions. काफी सारे फंक्शंस ऐसे हैं जिसके लिए फोरियर ट्रांसफॉर्म एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता। फोरियर ट्रांसफॉर्म cannot be used to analyze unstable systems. So these are the two limitations जहां पर फोरियर ट्रांसफॉर्म फेल हो जाता है सिस्टम एनालिसिस के लिए। So here we are considering alternative approach by introducing a factor that is convergence factor, we call it sigma, along with the existing factor j omega. So now we are having two factors here, j omega and sigma. That is, the signal xt is represented as the sum of exponential of the form e raised to the power st, and where s is a complex frequency. So we can denote s like sigma plus j omega. It means that is a real part and that is the imaginary part. The Fourier transform of a continuous time signal xt can be represented by definition x j omega, that is equal to integration minus infinity to infinity xt का हम इंटीग्रेट करेंगे और e raised to the power j omega t with respect to dt. एंड अगर हम इनवर्स फोरियर ट्रांसफॉर्म लेते हैं तो हमें xt मिलेगा आउटपुट में। बाय डेफिनेशन वी आर हैविंग द फॉर्मूला 1 by 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity x j omega e raised to the power j omega t and d omega. So these are the relation for taking the Fourier transform and inverse Fourier transform. Now replacing j omega term by sigma plus j omega term, हम j omega term को sigma j omega से replace कर देते हैं। This is the first equation, this is the second equation. तो पहले हम first equation में change करेंगे। So we'll have x sigma plus j omega is equal to minus infinity to infinity integration xt and e raised to the power minus sigma plus j omega t with respect to time we will integrate it. And in another second equation में अगर हम उसको implement करते हैं तो second equation will be modified as, after replacing j omega with sigma j omega, we'll have xt, that is 1 by 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity, that is x. Now this is j omega will replace with sigma j omega, and e raised to the power, that is again j omega replaced with sigma j omega. and bracket close, integration with respect to omega. So that is what it is. Now we are having this representation. We'll shift into the next page. Now this is here. Now if this xj omega is given to us, so sigma plus j omega is given to us, we can represent it by s. So because s is equal to sigma plus j omega, right? So this equation can be modified. Xs is equal to integration minus infinity to infinity xt and e raised to the power minus s t. That is one equation. Second equation, we are going to obtain the value of d omega also. So after derivative, we can say that d omega is equal to 1 by j ds. So we'll have to put this value of d omega here. So what is xt now? Xt is equal to 1 by 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity, that is x. This is sigma j omega. We can represent it with s e raised to the power st and ds, right? So here the limit is also changing. So we'll have the limit sigma minus j omega and sigma plus j omega. That is a limit, because we are having a variable s which is equal to sigma plus j omega. So that two equation, the equation this one and this equation, these two equations constitute the complex Fourier transform pair or bilateral transform pair. Because bilateral हमने किस लिए कहा इसको? We are calling it bilateral. So the bilateral pair, bilateral Laplace transform pair, because our limit varies from negative side also on the positive side of the axis. So that's why it is bilateral. So to represent the Laplace transform of and the inverse transform, we are having the representation that xt is transforming a signal like using Laplace transform. So it is represented by s xs. अगर हम इसका inverse लेते हैं, so we can represent it like this. So we can represent in this way. ये बाई डायरेक्शनल है, यहां से यहां भी जा सकते हैं और वहां से वहां भी. अब xt का अगर हम लैपलेस लेते हैं, वी आर टेकिंग लैपलेस, तो दैट इज xs. दिस इज द रिप्रेजेंटेशन. और अगर हम लैपलेस का xs का इनवर्स लेते हैं लैपलेस, तो हम l इनवर्स करेंगे, जिससे हमें xt मिलेगा. फाइन. तो xs is equal to be as Laplace transform fine, and this xt is xt is inverse Laplace transform, inverse Laplace transform of x. So here it is Laplace transform and here it is Laplace transform. So these equation, these two equation, this equation and this equation is going to make the Laplace transform pair bilateral transform. Mind it, it is bilateral transform. So we are making one lecture for the unilateral also. So this is for the bilateral transformation. So you like it? We'll come with the next video, which is convergence of Laplace transform.